तव कथामृतं तप्त जीवनं कविभिरीडितं कल्मषापहं श्रवणमङ्गलं श्रीमदाततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति मे भुरिदा जनाः। Let us resume our discussion on Sri Ramakrishna's spiritual discourses with his intimate devotee, Sri Mahendranath Gupta, M, abridged M, the recorder of the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, which took place on 18th October 1885 at Shampukur in North Kolkata, where he was transferred from Dakshineshwar for facilitation of his medical treatment. He had a throat congestion which later was identified as cancer. So for facilitation of his medical consultation, he was transferred to Kolkata. There was an important discussion going on here. M was saying that why do we do work? He say, very innovating question. We never think. We are all working. हम सब कर्म करते हैं. Have you ever asked, कर्म क्यों किया जा रहा है? Why are you working? Preliminarily you will think we are working to fulfill some desire, to attain some goal. The students are working to be successful in their studies. The employees are working to earn money. The professors are working to earn money to teach students. But what happens when those demands are over? When you do not have to study, you do not have to work to earn money, you are satisfied on your own, what will you do? You sit quiet. Still we are working. So we work not to fulfill our desires. Because in that case, when the desires are fulfilled, we will be without any work. But in Bhagavad Gita says, Nahi kaschit kshanamapi jato tishtatta karmakrit. None of us can stay without doing work even for a moment. This is a statement of fact. हम कभी कर्महीन नहीं हो सकते हैं. प्रयास करके देखिए. You start not doing any work in one day. You cannot even become mad. You have to engage yourself in something or other. So then what is the purpose of doing work? Here M says there are three major purposes for doing work. It is now an information being passed by M to Sri Ramakrishna, not Sri Ramakrishna to M. M is saying, I have read in the Gita, it also says that there are three ways for performing action. Here he was discussing about the secret of karma yoga. Yoga means union, युक्त होना. किसके साथ किसको युक्त होना चाहिए? हमारे साथ परमात्मा के युक्त होना चाहिए. We have a God in this universe, and it is said the God who is the creator of this universe, Paramatma, He is not far. He is seated within our heart. Just imagine, is it not a tragedy that the God, the creator of the universe, is seated closest to us? No one is so close as God, because no one is sitting within your heart. Even your sweetheart will be still away, physically away. But God is within your heart, deciding, not periodically, continuously. As long as you are alive, God is within you. But it is very unfortunate that we end our life without seeing Him. So Sri Ramakrishna is reminding us. Who was Sri Ramakrishna? Sri Ramakrishna was God incarnated as a human being. As Sri Rama, as Sri Krishna, Buddha, Chaitanya, etc. God descends on earth as a human being to remind us that we are divine. God is seated within us. Now, where God is seated, what is that place called? It's called a place of worship, the temple. Why people come here with reverence? Because it is the seat of God. God is residing here. Go to any temple of any god and goddess. It is a venerable place because God is seated here. In any religion, mosque or temple or synagogue or church, because God is being stationed there. So similarly, our human body is a place of worship because God is within us. This is now a theoretical knowledge. Sri Ramakrishna says the goal of life is to make this theoretical knowledge into practical knowledge. It is not enough to know and believe that God is within us, but it is necessary to see Him as we see each other. Is it possible? Can God be seen? Now, this was the question of Swami Vivekananda when he was a college student of Calcutta University. When he was studying in Scottish Church College, there was a professor. In a Scottish Church College, these people from Scotland used to come and teach them. It's still there, Scottish Church College. Now there the professor Hasty was explaining about the transcendence, presence of God. The student, Nanadana, stood up and said, "Sir, can God be seen?" Hasty couldn't answer. He was perplexed because he didn't see God. He was only explaining. So he said, it is hard that there is a saint in Dakshineshwar beside the Ganges, and it is hard that he has seen God. If you want, you can go and meet him. He said, all right. Then he heard that Devendranath Tagore, the father of Rabindranath Tagore, the Nobel laureate, has seen God. He has heard about it, Narendranath. He went to meet him in his house in Jorasako, in North Kolkata, and met him and asked him point blank, "Sir, can God be seen? Have you seen God?" He evaded the question. He said, "You have very large eyes. आपको आंखें विशाल है. You will see God." But that answer was not satisfactory to Narendranath. He was a man of question, man of utter reasoning. This is bypassing his answer. He did not say whether he has seen God or he has not seen, and he has only prophesied that Narendranath will see. That didn't satisfy him. He came away. Then one day he went to Dakshineshwar and met that saint Ramakrishna Paramahansa. As soon as he saw him, he said, "Sir, have you seen God?" The first time he saw a person saying point blank, "Yes, I have seen God more directly than I see you here. Is not in dream, not in hallucination, not as I see you, more direct than I have seen you." Secondly, he added, "You are surprised, I can show you also." You are silenced. First time a person has the guts to say, "I have seen, and not only I have seen, I can show you also. Challenge, come." He shook his head and he became his disciple. And later, Sri Ramakrishna fulfilled his promise. He showed him God face to face as a living being. That you know his story, his life story. So the goal of our life is to see God. That we get united with the Paramatman. That is called yoga. योगा मीन्स युक्त होना, परमात्मा से युक्त होना. जो परमात्मा हमारे भीतर विराजमान है, निरंतर विराजमान है, not part time. He never sleeps. He is always present within us, but we are not in touch with him. The goal of life is to be united with God. So the way by which we reach him is called yoga. Now karma yoga is the method by getting united with God through work. All of us have to do work. There are various ways to be united with God. One is through action, karma yoga. Another is through bhakti, by devotion, called bhakti yoga. Another is through reasoning, study of scriptures, debates, discussion, that is called jnana yoga. Another is through meditation, that is called dhyana yoga. And another is to do seva to others, that is seva yoga and all that. But the most common is karma yoga, because every one of us has to do work. So the rishis, the ancestors, they said, since we will have to do work, why not learn the art of doing work by which we get united with God? That is the genesis of karma yoga. Now when you are doing work, there is a danger. But when you do work, we get bound by the fruits of actions. Whatever we do will have some good effect and bad effect. Everything is mixed with good and bad. So the good effect gives us virtues, punya, bad effects gives us papam, vices, and we'll have to bear the fruit, we'll have to exhaust its results. So doing work means getting bound with its fruits. So karma bandhan ka karan hai. But our goal is to become free, to become united with God, not to get bound. So the secret of doing work without getting bound by its fruits of action is called karma yoga. Now this karma yoga can be done in three ways as per Bhagavad Gita as narrated here. एम जो बोला है मास्टर महाशय को, मास्टर महाशय प्रभु को. Now, first Sri Ramakrishna says the essence of karma yoga. He says, Sri Ramakrishna, do you know the meaning of karma yoga? Quote, it is surrender to God, the fruit of all actions. Whatever you do, you'll have a fruit of action, fruit good or bad. Now, while doing work, we want to retain the fruit. जो कर्म हम करते हैं उसका फल कामना करके कर्म करते हैं. मैं ये कर्म करूँगा, ये कर्म करूँगी, इसका फल मुझे चाहिए. फल हमारा बंधन का कारण होगा. श्री रामकृष्ण सेज टू बिकम free after being what? Is to surrender the fruit to God. I am doing the work, there will be some fruit. The fruit does not belong to me. मैं उनको भगवान में अर्पण कर रहा हूँ. बस बच जाओगे. कर्म करो, फल से अलग रहो. कर्म cannot bind you down. It's very simple. Now, aim adds, this we discussed at length in our past gospel classes. So, now, aim adds something more. Here, yes, sir, I have read in the Gita, it also says that there are three ways of performing action. कर्म करने का तीन उपाय है. श्री राम कृष्ण, व्हाट आर दे? क्या है बताओ? जी हाँ, मैंने देखा है, गीता में लिखा है, कर्म भी तीन तरह से किया जा सकता है. श्री राम कृष्ण पूछ रहे हैं, किस किस तरह है? एम कहते हैं, प्रथम ज्ञान के लिए, दूसरा लोक शिक्षा के लिए, तीसरा स्वभाव बस. फॉर थ्री रीजन्स वी आर डूइंग वर्क. वन इज ज्ञान प्राप्ति के लिए, दूसरा लोक शिक्षा के लिए, तीसरा स्वभाव बस. Now please remember, we have already discussed these points. Now when you do first point is ज्ञान प्राप्ति के लिए, मतलब to attain knowledge. The question is, are we ignorant? Yes, we are all ignorant. How we are ignorant? Because while doing work, we think we are the doer. Everyone thinks, I am doing the work. But the fact is, I am not doing the work. आपको सुनने में ताज्जुब लगेगा, कर्म आप कर रहे हो तो कर्म का कर्ता आप नहीं है. नो. तो हु इज डूइंग द वर्क? कर्म इज डन बाय गॉड, not you. You are an instrument in his hand. This has to be first understood. One is, you are all students of modern science. You know how these spacecrafts are being sent. Now from Houston, the spacecraft has been sent to the International Satellite Station. Now, who was driving the spacecraft? Not a pilot sitting in the craft. If the pilot sitting in this craft thinks that I am the pilot, I am the runner, he is a fool. They all being maneuvered from Houston, just watching the system. They have nothing to do. Similarly, God is sitting within us and He is the doer. That's what said in the Bhagavad Gita, verse 61, chapter 18. Ishwaraha sarva bhutanam riddeshe arjuna tishtati. God is sitting within us. कहाँ? शरीर का कहाँ पर बैठे हैं? The core of our heart. Riddeshe arjuna tishtati. And what is he doing there? Brahmayan sarva bhutani jantra rutani mayaya. He is guiding every human being, human and non subhuman, by his divine force. So we are being monitored. It is utter foolishness to think that I am the doer. So this is ignorance. Let us accept it. I don't deny, yes. We think we are the doer, theek hai. Now to get to the real knowledge, we have to do work. When we do work without attaching the fruits of action, then our mind becomes clear. Mind becomes illumined. The illumined mind, then we can understand and see how God is doing the work, and I am just in witness. So doing the work without any fruits of action elevates our mind to attain that knowledge. That is one purpose for doing work. ज्ञान के लिए कर्म किया जाता है. Now, what happens when you gain that knowledge? अब कर्म बंद कर देंगे? नहीं, कहते there is second method. Second reason for doing work is to teach others. लोक शिक्षा के लिए, ये बताया यहाँ पर, लोक शिक्षा के लिए कर्म किया जाता है. Work is done to teach others. We have discussed this point also. Raja Janak was Rajarshi, Rajacha Rishicha. He was a great monarch, king, but he was a great Jnani. He had the knowledge. So still then he was engaged in intense work. Why? To teach others. Because if he does not work, then it's a bad example. People will stop doing work and they'll harm themselves. So कहा गया है, those who are ज्ञानी, they do the work to teach others to follow them. Jad jada charati shreshta tattad divi tarojanaha. Those who are sitting at the top of the society, their life becomes exemplary. Others follow that. This is one way. This also we discussed at length. And the third reason for doing work is स्वभाव, by nature. तीसरा स्वभाव बस. This is the topic for today. The third reason is that by the impulse of one's own nature automatically. This has to be very carefully understood. This is like artificial intelligence. You have to understand. Everyone is doing work. Here it is being said, it is being done automatically. Whether you want it or not, work will be done. Now, how is it possible? Now, I ask you, you are not breathing. Can you stop breathing? Breathing will go on automatically. It doesn't require your command. Your heart is going on beating. He neither can stop or not can start the heart. The heart will go on beating as long as you are alive. Your digestive system is working. You don't have to give any command. Who is working? It is going automatically. So some actions of our own body is going on automatically. That we accept. But the problem is, those works which are being done by use of our intellect and memory, those works we think I am doing. Let us take it frankly. You are studying, you are working. We think these things are being done by you because you are using an intelligence. You have to carefully understand the philosophy, that you will be surprised and wonder to learn that your intellect, your mind, your memory, all inert. They don't have any intelligence. They are being done by artificial intelligence. Your intellect, it is inert, like a stone. It cannot done on its own. It has to be done by an intelligence. So this will be understood better if you have some knowledge of Sankhya philosophy. We have 6 systems of philosophy. Uttar Mimamsa, Purva Mimamsa, Nyaya Vaisheshik, Sankhya and Yoga. In Sankhya philosophy, there are 2 principles in this world. One is Purusha and another is Prakriti. Purusha is Chetan, conscious. Prakriti is Jada, inert. Students of science will easily understand by thinking it is matter and energy. Both things are necessary for any manifestation. The source of light is there. One is the bulb, matter, and the electricity is the energy. Both must combine. So the electricity is like the Chetan, Purusha. The bulb is like the Prakriti, matter. Both must join hand in hand for any manifestation. So Sankhya philosophy says that everything is possible by combination of Chetan and Achetan. Prakriti is Achetan, inert. Purusha is Chetan. And I am the representation of Purusha, not Prakriti, because I am Chetan. I am consciousness, I am not matter. This has to be first understood. I am not matter, I am a conscious being. I belong to Purusha. And Prakriti is matter. Now, what are the divisions of this Prakriti? Then it will become clear. This Prakriti is Trigunatmika, combination of 3 qualities, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, tranquility, dynamism and inertia. Very difficult, but not so difficult. 3 principles are the constituents of Prakriti. Now, Prakriti has that 24 divisions. 24 tattva hai. What are they? Prakriti is the basis. Then underneath the Prakriti, we have got Ahankar, ego. Then Mahat, Buddhi. And uske niche Man, Manas. So Man, Buddhi, Ahankar, these three. Then we have got Pancha Sukshma Bhut, Pancha Mahabhut, 10, and Dashendriyani. 10, 20 plus 3 and Prakriti. These are 24. Now, in the matter, they have analyzed the 5 principal elements. Shiti, Up, Tej, Marut, Bom. Earth, air, ether, fire, and this fine ether. Earth, air, ether, water and fire. These are the 5 basic elements of matter. And behind that there are 5 subtle elements. Subtle Sukshma Mahabhut and Pancha Mahabhut. These are the 10 principal matters. With these we have this our intelligence, our mind, our indriyas, these are all parts. Now, we cannot conceive the matter all on a sudden. So, this human body, please analyze. We have got 5 organs of knowledge. Chakshu, Karna, Nasika, Jiva, Tvak. By these we perceive the matter. You have to be seen, touched, smelt. So, Chakshu, Karna, Nasika, Jiva, Tvak, these are all 5 organs of knowledge. Gyanendriyani. Similarly, we have 5 organs of action. What are the 5 organs of action? Bak, Pani, Pada, Payu, Upastha. Everything is analyzed in this human body. Human body has 5 organs of knowledge. Chakshu, Karna, Nasika, Jiva, Tvak, and 5 organs of work, action. What are these? Speech, hands, feet by which we work, and 2 lower organs. These 5 organs ho gaya hamara. These are called Bahirindriyani और 5 अंतरिंद्रियानी. 10 इंद्रिया हो गया और 10 महाभूत हो गया. तो 20 हुआ कि नहीं? उसके आगे है फर्स्ट मनस, माइंड. उसके ऊपर है बुद्धि. उसके ऊपर है अहंकार. To understand what are they? When we look before a mirror, you see your physical body, but that's not your personality. Within this physical body, you have a mind, which is called subtle body, which cannot be seen. But what you are is due to your mind, but not for your physical strength, but your mental strength. So mind is most important. It cannot be seen, it can be felt. That is also a part of Prakriti, Antarindriya. It is controlling the entire body. All the sense organs are controlled by the mind. Mind is being controlled by the intelligence, Buddhi, is the decisive factor. And Buddhi is controlled by your ego, Ahankar. I will explain how it works. Suppose you see a flower. Okay? Now, the mind identifies the flower. It is a dead flower. वो बोलेगा गुल आ रहा है न गुलाब है. The rose or China rose. The mind presents it before Buddhi. Buddhi is the decision making factor in our system. It decides, Nirnayatmak. It can, mind is present all the alternatives. ये फूल हम देखा है, इसे क्या करना है बताइए. इसको लेना है, नहीं लेना है, छोड़ देना है, खरीदना है. Now Buddhi gives a scans it and decides, नहीं इसको ले लिया जाए. But Buddhi cannot function until it is being stand by your ego, Ahankar. ego is the final signing authority. Another example I will tell you. Suppose some vouchers are spent. The mind is like the lower division clerks. They scan the voucher with the challan, etc., and they say that this can be various ways he prepares. Either it can be paid or deferred paid by check or draft. Various alternatives the mind prepares, takes it to the chief accounts officer. That is the intelligence, buddhi. He scans all the alternatives and he says, no, it should be paid by check. He prepares the check, everything is ready. The check remains invalid until it is signed by the authorized signatory, and that is ego. Until the check is signed, the check is invalid. Ego gives the final command. So that is our system. Ego, ahankar, then buddhi, then mind, and then dashendriyani, and then dash mahabhut. This system. Now please understand and realize, all these are inert. They are not Chetan. Our ahankar, so-called ahankar, I am the doer, etc. Ahankar, man, buddhi, Chetan, everything is inert, like a piece of stone. Cannot work. Without the presence of Purusha, the consciousness. So these are all artificial intelligence. They don't have any power on their own. This gadget cannot give an illumination until the power is given in. So our power is the Chetan, I am that Chetan, and Purusha is different. Now here it is said, the work is being done by Prakriti, not by Purusha. Why are we doing work? Work is being done automatically by this Prakriti, without your interference. That's what has been given in the Bhagavad Gita, verse 27, chapter 3. Prakrite kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvashaha ahankara vimūಢātma kartam iti manyate. Prakriti is doing his work. Intelligence is guiding the mind. Mind is being guided by ahankar. These are all the department of Prakriti. I have nothing to do. I am, ahang hai, I am existing, I belong to God. I don't belong to the matter. The three things: God, soul, nature. Paramatma, Jivatma, Prakriti. Jivatma belongs to God, not to Prakriti. Our ignorance is, we think we belong to Prakriti. That is our ignorance. We do not belong to Prakriti, we do not belong to the world. We are Chetan. We are part and parcel of God. As in the Goswami ji कहते हैं, ईश्वर अंशः जीव अविनाशी चेतना amala sahaja sukha. That is our nature. We are part and parcel of God. We do not belong to this world. And what is our nature? Chetan, we are conscious. Amala, we are nishpap, we are pure. It is an insult to tell ourselves or tell others that he is a sinner. There is no sin here. We are consciousness pure, we are amala, and we are sahaj sikharasi. We are bliss personified. What is sahaj sikharasi? We are under the false notion that we will become happy by acquiring something or being touched with someone else. हमारा ये गलतफहमी है कि हम समझते हैं संग्रह से या संयोग से हमें सुख मिलता है. By acquiring something or being touched with someone else. No. We are sahaj sukharasi. We are bliss personified. जो शक्कर है उसको मिठास करने के लिए स्वीटनर डालने की जरूरत नहीं है. शक्कर अपने ही मिठास है. We are ourselves bliss personified, आनंद स्वरूप. That is our nature. But we falsely identify ourselves that we want something from the nature. We belong to nature. What is the difference between the Prakriti and Purusha? Purusha is ever present, unchangeable. ईश्वर बदलते नहीं है, हम बदलने वाला नहीं है, अविनाशी, वी आर नॉट डाइंग. बट प्रकृति प्रतिक्षण परिवर्तनशील, एवर चेंजिंग, ट्रांजिएंट, बट वी आर कांस्टेंट. आवर नेचर वी आर कांस्टेंट. अभी जो कर्म किया जाता है, अभी समझ लीजिए, कर्म ऑटोमेटिकली हो रहा है. वी आर नॉट डूइंग, वी आर नॉट रिस्पॉन्सिबल. ये जो जानने से हमारा फायदा क्या है? इफ यू नो इट, व्हाट इज द एडवांटेज? एडवांटेज इज दैट वी मेक द वर्क इनएफिशिएंट बाय wrongly thinking that I am the doer. I am not the doer. First of all, learn the fact. Prakriti is doing the work, it is his department, not our department. Prakriti will do the work whether you want it or not. As I said, your digestive system will go on digesting without your command. Similarly, your mind and intellect will go on working even without your interference. If you think that it is my mind, my intelligence, it is your ignorance, it is not yours. It belongs to the department of Prakriti. You are belonging to God. So when you know this, then we don't get involved in the work and the results of work. What happens when some work is done and if the result is to our expectation, we become happy, and it is not to our expectation, we become sorry. That affects our future work. But if we know that it doesn't belong to me, so the secret is, let us do the work being as a witness. साक्षी होकर कर्म करो. अपना जो कर्तव्य है करते चलो, and be a witness with the result. Do not attach any fruit to the work. Fruit will belong to God. You will remain happy and tension free without any problem anytime. You go on doing work, whatever we are doing, with full zeal, but without getting any tension for these results. The result do not belong to you. The result belong to God. You are doing the work, being an instrument in the hands of God. You are ever happy. And the work is being done automatically by the laws of nature. As you are breathing by the law of nature, similarly you are doing the work by the law of nature. आपका कुछ करना नहीं है. It may sound very fantastic, but how my work will be done automatically? करके देखो. अब चाहे या ना चाहे कर्म होते रहेंगे. Just be a witness. कैसे हो रहा है? You will be surprised to find that your work will be done in a much better way, more systematic way, and more elaborate way. Just by this. So it is an ignorance to think that I am the doer. You are not the doer. If the passengers in a plane think that they are the pilot, it is their ignorance. There is the pilot sitting in the cockpit. He is running the plane. He was just a passenger. So we are the passengers in his body, and pilot is God. जिसे बताया ब्राह्मण सर्वभूतानि जंत्र maya. The word of the scriptures. God is guiding us. We are not being guided. We are being guided. We are not drivers. We are riders. हम लोग पैसेंजर हैं, चालक नहीं है. अगर पैसेंजर अपने को चालक माने, it's most foolishness. So that's what we are doing. So when we are being ridden, let us enjoy the ride. हम क्यों टेंशन लें? If there is this alarm, so the pilot says सीट बेल्ट बंद दीजिए. सीट बंद लेते हैं. प्लेन कैसे जाएगा? पायलट का मतलब है. हमारा क्या है? हम तो चाय पीते हैं. If you know this, then you can enjoy your life But if you are constantly thinking that you are driver, you are under tension, and that is foolishness. You are not under tension, you are not a pilot, you are a passenger. So this is said here, the karma swabhav mein hota hai. Work is being done automatically. When you are boarded the flight, the plane will run automatically without your command. Pilot knows the command. When to start, when to land, safely land it. You enjoy the ride. So when you know this truth, then you can do the work in a much better fashion. आप पूछेंगे ये सब जानने में फ़ायदा क्या है? फ़ायदा ही है आप कर्म करते रहोगे और कर्म करते समय कोई तुम्हारा तनाव नहीं रहेगा, दुश्चिंता नहीं रहेगा, कोई क्लांति नहीं रहेगा और सब समय आनंद में रहोगे. What is happening at the present? By doing work, you are full of tension, you are full of tiredness and full of grief. हम कर्म करते रहते हैं तनावपूर्ण होकर, क्लांत होकर और दुख के साथ. If you change your outlook, which is the reality, so what we are now having, we are ignorant, अज्ञानी है. अज्ञानी होना ठीक नहीं है. Let us acquire this knowledge. That is the benefit of going through the gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. It makes us from ignorance to knowledge. What knowledge? That work is being done by Prakriti, we are not doing work. Ahankara vimud atma, they are fool who think that I am the doer. इसी के बाद ये जानने का क्या फायदा है? अभी भगवद गीता का 3 अध्याय में दिया जो परवर्ती श्लोक, तत्वित्त महाबाहो गुण कर्म विभाग हो गुणा गुणेश वर्तन्ति इति मत्वा न सज्जते. जो तत्वविद, जो ज्ञानी है, वो जान लिया मैं करता नहीं हूँ, तो क्या होता है? ये फंसता नहीं, कर्म में फंसता नहीं. ही इज नॉट अटैच्ड विद द रिजल्ट्स. जो हम फ्लाइट में जाते हैं, वो फ्लाइट में अगर कोई डिप्रेशन हो, इधर जाए उधर जाए, पायलट का मतलब है, हमारा कोई मतलब नहीं है, हम तो आराम से बैठे रहते हैं. बट इफ यू थिंक दैट यू आर ड्राइविंग द plane, then you become under tension. I will give an example, a real life story. Now, you know, in Dakshineshwar, this Belur Math is across the Ganges. Now, Sarat Maharaj is the General Secretary of Ramakrishna Mission. He used to travel from Udbodhan to Belur Math by boat. In between there is Ganges. One day he was travelling by a boat. Now, there is a huge storm. The boat started rocking. Everyone in the boat, they are screaming and wailing, mar jayenge, mar jayenge. Sharat Maharaj, Swami Sharadanandaji, was sitting at the corner of the boat. He was enjoying huक्का, तंबाकू पी रहे थे. कोई टेंशन नहीं है. Other passenger became irritated. It's such a huge thing. आप इस चुपचाप बैठे हो. उन्होंने बताया हल्ला करने से क्या ये तूफान बंद हो जाएगा? Why unnecessarily you are being wasted? Sit quietly. So ऐसे ही जीवन में अगर ये तो नाव तो the boatman will ply. He cannot ply the boat. Why are you under tension? जो नाव का अवस्था है, नाव तो ले जाने वाला बोटमैन है, तुम तो नहीं हो. Why unnecessarily you are wailing and you are causing disturbance to the boatman? Sit quietly. That is not our nature. We think that we are the doer, we are the boatman. हम लोग नाव चला रहे हैं, जबकि नाव चलाने वाला दूसरा है. Is it not utter foolishness? I am asking this question. When the work is being done by someone else, thinking that I am the doer, you are spoiling the work. It is not your department. Always think that it is being done by God and you are just an instrument. Cooperate with God and then you will not have any tension, any tiredness and any grief. You will always become happy. Why happy? Because your driver is God is driving your vehicle. प्रत्येक के भीतर स्वयं भगवान विराजमान हैं. Is not his replica. स्वयं भगवान विराजमान हैं. Try to understand this truth. then यहाँ पर टेंशन का, तनाव का प्रश्न कहाँ है? when स्वयं भगवान भीतर में बैठे हैं, can he commit a mistake? Ask yourself. हम सभी सोचते रहते हैं ये गलत हो गया. गलत कभी नहीं होता है. We never make a mistake. Swami Vivekananda says, we never commit a mistake. We go from lower truth to higher truth. Because the work is not being done by me, it is being done by God. God cannot make a mistake. It is our foolishness to think that we have done a mistake or a blunder. कोई blunder नहीं होता है. ये सब बात गलत फहमी है. So here it is being done. कर्म स्वभाव में होता है. ये जानकर हमें सर्वदा सदैव निश्चिंत होना चाहिए, सुस्थिर होना चाहिए, आनंद में रहना चाहिए. इस जगत में हम ये एक अवसर मिला है कि ईश्वर स्वयं हमें परिचालित कर रहे हैं. इसको सोचते हुए सदैव आनंद में रहना चाहिए. कंटिन्यू फर्दर इन आवर नेक्स्ट संडे क्लास. निरंजनम नित्यम अनंत रूपम भक्तानुकंपाधृत विग्रहं वै ईशावतारं परमेशमिड्यं तं रामकृष्णं शिरसा नमामः. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम तत्सत्. श्री रामकृष्णार्पणमस्तु. Any question? If not, yes, बताइए. इसको एक माइक पकड़ा दिया गया. बताओ. हाँ
बताइए. चरण स्पर्श. A very good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ayush, and I just came from Punjab, Amritsar. Prabhuji, you may call me quite whimsical or I am some idiotic, but from my sorry.
माइक का गड़बड़. काम करने दीजिए. धीरे धीरे बताओ.
Prabhuji, you may call me quite whimsical or idiotic, but from my childhood days, I have been observing people around me. Since I grew up in a Hinduism and a Sikhism family, I kept on observing how people do worship or rituals or everything that's.
थोड़ा क्लिक कर दो. हैंड माइक दीजिए. किसमें बताओ तो. हेलो. इनमें बताओ. हाँ. हेलो बोलो. नहीं नहीं नॉट ऑडिबल. सर इसको ऑन करें.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. All right. Since I grew up in a Sikhism and a Hinduism family, I have been observing people around me, my parents and my around society or in a place where I grew up. I have been observing all the rituals, all the things that's going around me. And I always somewhere grudging my head over the concept of the God, because over the years I read a lot of books. I have my own library, some self-improvement books, some philosophical books, some theoretical books. Somewhere I concluded myself that God is a very man-made thing. Somewhere I don't resonate with the concept of the God. Because if you see over the periods when humans start evolving, once we were in a tribe and we start forming Mahajanpads and we start worshipping up sky, fire and air or the vegetation that time we grew. So we start seeing the God in them. And as you go afterwards in the Mauryan or in the Magad period, the concept of the God evolved. So something that is kept on evolving over the period of time, and now what we see around the world There's people are fighting on the basis of religion, and people have their own belief, and people have their own criteria to worship, and they somewhere fabricated their concept. Somewhere they reshaped their concept on their belief, not earlier time was. So I don't believe on the concept of the God. I have my own concept. I don't see God as a deity or something that we worship. I always feel like this word is work on the some energy, some frequencies, and once we resonate with that frequency, then we somewhere connect with the God. So God is not something I see as a deity or as a worshipping thing. I see God as a very resonant frequency, because if you see when we meditate, we imagine God as per our convenience. So when I meditate, I try to bring my frequency on the cosmic frequency, and then I manifest, and then things start happening. So I don't see that things that are happening just because of the God. It might be just because of frequency. So that's my doubt. It's my childhood doubt, and nobody in my life so far came to answer my question. So I thought you are the best person to give me that answer. So thank you everyone.
Thank you. Now, please, thank you. Sit down. Now, his question is something else. Now, it's not related to what we discussed today. He thinks that there is no God in this universe. God is a man-made thing. There is nothing like God. So we are all human beings. We are born here, we will die, and that's over. And nothing happens in between. So you please come to me for a detailed discussion later. It's a basic question. I will discuss with you. Please leave your name and number. I will interact with you later on. The different subject, different topic. The basic question, you have a very good question, that there is no God in this universe. That will come to the basic question of life. That is later on we'll discuss. But here the topic was this, why we do the work. So the one purpose for doing the work is this. The work is being done automatically. We have to understand this principle. And we are not the doer. The work is being done by Prakriti, by our nature. As I said, the breathing is being done automatically by our biological system. Here we have no say to do. We cannot control or stop our breathing. Breathing will be automatic. Similarly, our work will be automatic. By our intelligence, by our mind, they are all inert, and this is being done, and I am not the part of this. It is being done by God automatically. So that is the principle which is being done automatically. We term it as God. When I am not the doer, then who is the doer? We term it is Mr. God. That's all the conception of God can say. Even if you do not want, say your breathing system, who's controlling? You are not controlling. You cannot stop your breathing at the moment. Breathing will continue. You cannot stop your control of heart. Heart will go on pumping, whether you know it or not. You have no control of that. Who is controlling? We say it is being controlled by God. Who is the controller of your heart at the moment? Not yourself. You have no control on your heart. Someone is controlling automatically, biologically. That we say that which is being controlled by this, that is called the creator of this universe, that is Mr. God. We'll come later for much discussion. If any other question, you can send by our email, and you know our email number, you can send, we'll reply. We'll close now with the chanting of the Lord. Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om Ramakrishna Hari Om